Here's a quick fix for what happens if somebody is mad at you or yells at you. Our immediate impulse is to go into fight, flight, or freeze mode when we feel like we're being attacked. But the reality is that we're not being attacked. Most of the time, when somebody's mad at us or yelling at us, we're really not actually in any danger. I mean, if they have a weapon, that might be different, but most of the time we aren't in any danger. And although our bodies are telling us that we're in danger, we're not. So there are a few tricks that I'd like to share with you for what to do when somebody starts getting mad at you so that you don't attack back or feel like you have to run away or just stand there and take it, because none of those things are really good, you know, good for us in our spirit form. So the first thing I want to just mention is that in reality, there is no attack. The other person is you. You are the other person. We're all cells of the bigger thing, and um, there the attack is an illusion, and it is in, as the Course in Miracles says, it is in our defenselessness that our strength lies. So when somebody's yelling at you, there are some things you can do. You can take a deep breath and know in your heart of hearts that whatever they are saying or doing, whatever energy they are throwing your way, has nothing to do with you. In fact, it's none of your business. And the other thing you can do is send them more love, because usually when somebody is in that angry attack mode, it's because they are feeling separate. They are feeling afraid um, and lonely and um, unsupported. So if you can stand in your power in the light and just send them love, they cannot continue to attack you because your energy will have shifted. Your energy is the energy of love. And eventually they'll wind down because people can't sustain that level of attack when you have let go of any kind of defensiveness. So it's not your job to fix them. It's not your job to correct them. It's not your job to be right. It's just your job to love them. And if you need to pretend that they are, you know, a belligerent child or a, you know, volatile teenager or, some old crotchety person, whatever you need to do to get yourself to a place of this is not about me. I did nothing wrong. Whatever is going on, because I stand in the light is not wrong. And this person in front of me who is me just needs more love. So, an example of this and where I sort of started figuring this out was many years ago. Um, when I think before my son was born, so probably like 20 years ago, I was working in the library and I was the bookkeeper and I was walking through the children's department and the children's librarian came up to me and started just yelling at me. Now, first of all, it's a library, so you're supposed to be quiet. And she was saying all kinds of stuff and I wasn't really even following her. And I just had this sure feeling that had nothing to do with me. I didn't know what she was talking about. It wasn't anything I had done. There's no reason to be yelling in a library, you know? So I just kind of was like in this really calm, peaceful place of, I don't know. And I just started empathizing with her. I'm like, wow, it seems like you're really upset. You know, I'm sure whatever it is, we can work out. Let's talk about, like what's going on. And because I came to her in this place of, I don't feel attacked. I am just here as someone who cares about you. I'm just here in service to you, basically. She like it just diffused the whole situation. She stopped yelling and just started talking to me. And it did have nothing to do with me. um, and so, I could just be there and be supportive for her rather than having to take the energy that I am not accustomed to of being yelled at and absorb it. So I didn't flee, I didn't fight, I didn't freeze, I just extended my love. And that's a completely different feeling. That's a feeling of safety, of extending love. So I am reminded of this today because a friend of mine called to talk to me about a situation with someone in her family who keeps getting mad at her. They're trying to deal with some stuff about aging parents and, that kind of thing. And um, it, she, I, she kept telling me, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And I kept saying, just love the person. Just more love. More love is needed. And so this becomes the mantra. More love is needed. More love is needed in the world. More love is needed in our bodies. More love is needed cell to cell. I heard once some scientist describing cancer as a disease of loneliness, that the cancer cells are exactly like other cells, but they have split off and are no longer connected to the rest of the system. And then they start going nuts. So that's kind of the way humans work too, right? When we're no longer connected to the system, and the system being the light of God, the love of the universe, the bigger thing, energy, however you want to look at it, that's when we start feeling unsafe and, attacking or fleeing. So, receding. Those are the things. But there's no need to. We are in a place of complete acceptance and infinite love all the time, every single one of us. When people start reacting that way, it's because they've forgotten who they are. They've forgotten that they're the light. And you can remind them just by being in the light. You don't even have to say anything. You can just stand there and love them. And sometimes it's hard to love people who are, really mad at us. But if you have children or pets, you can recover that feeling, because if you have raised a 2 or 3-year-old who has a temper tantrum, and there's no consoling them, that it's nothing you've done, and that they just kind of need to work it out, and you just need to love them. And it's very easy when somebody's really small to just love them, because you can't feel threatened by a 2-year-old, right? So it's the same thing with my cat. If my cat sometimes gets a little fresh, gets overstimulated or whatever, I don't know what's going on with him, and he'll start trying to bite or scratch me while all I'm doing is petting him. So I don't leave. I just step back. I get my hands out of the way, because I don't need to have, bite marks or claw marks in my hands. And I just love him. And I stand there and continue to connect with him. And he calms down. And maybe he doesn't need any more petting. Maybe he just needs knowing that I love him. But he will stop that behavior when I reconnect. And I bet that there has been some situation in your life with a pet or with a child or with a friend or something where you can remember not having reacted when being attacked. And so I just want to take with you, there is no attack. You are always whole, healed, and holy. You are always in the light. You are always in a place of love. And it can be your great gift to offer that to someone else. So I will leave you with the the tagline, infect someone with your love. And I hope that I have done that for you today. Many blessings, and have a wonderful week.